think you've had a few practices now with Tyler Steen with the team. Just what have you seen from him and kind of compared to maybe expectations coming in?
Yeah, excuse me, by the way, my voice is a little, I don't know what the word is. My voice is a little calm, but yeah, something like that. But yeah, Tyler's been doing a really good job. He's been picking up the offense very well. He's very smart, very intelligent. And then, now that the pads have come on, you got to see that a little bit in 7-on-7. But now the pads come on, you get to see kind of that nasty streak, that aggression that obviously you need up front. So I have a lot of confidence in him. I'm super excited to keep watching him get more comfortable, but he's been doing a really good job.
Come over here to Tony.
I'll stick with the theme and ask you about another Tyler transfer. What have you seen from Tyler Harrell, and just how much can he stretch the field with that speed?
Yeah, he's been working really hard. Been working hard. He's been asking a bunch of questions, soaking everything in, and then obviously throughout the offseason we've seen a lot of speed. So down the field he's been he ran really well. He's ran a lot of stuff down the field, and like you said, being explosive is something that is definitely a premium for us. But really what sticks out is his willingness to learn. He's been, we're right next to each other in the locker room. He's been asking me questions, signals, things that I like, stuff that he likes, just bouncing stuff off. So his willingness to learn, how quickly he can pick up on things, I think that obviously what he can do on the field is special. But on top of that, just that stuff has really stuck out with me a lot.
Go up front, Chase, and then Nick.
When a pass play breaks down and guys start breaking off their routes like a scramble drill, how would you describe your instincts as far as deciding when to tuck it and run and when to stay behind the line of scrimmage and be patient and look for somebody?
Just trying to do what's best for the team. That's obviously a part of the game. You want to go through your reads. You want to run the play out it was designed to be ran. But, at times football happens. You have to make an off-schedule play. And my receivers, especially this year, throughout the entire offseason, we've all grown and gotten a lot more comfortable. They do a great job of, like you said, breaking off their routes, of executing scramble drill, getting open, knowing that once they see the pocket breakdown, they're doing a great job of picking up on knowing where to go. Is something we talk about a little bit. So for me, it's just evaluating what's best for the team. Trying to whether it's throwing the ball, running the ball, whatever it is, just trying to keep my eyes downfield and do what gets us the most yards.
Stay up here with Nick.
Hey, Bryce, as far as the corners you get to go against in practice all the time, I mean, what are you seeing there in terms of their improvement as they're kind of battling things out?
Yeah, it's super exciting to watch the battle. We have a lot of great receivers, a lot of great corners, and see them go at it every day in practice. They're switching corners out. We're getting different matchup. Obviously, we move our receivers around, so just seeing different guys with different matchups for me, it's exciting. But I've definitely seen the corners get a lot more comfortable. They're doing, when we're playing zone and they have to do different things. They're getting a lot more comfortable with trying to mess with me, trying to mess with receivers. Again, it's a really competitive environment, really competitive atmosphere out there. So really just how much we compete, that's really what stands out. All those guys, great job of competing. It's a lot of back and forth. Our receivers take pride being the best. Our corners take pride in being the best. So us being able to go against each other every day, I think it gets everyone better.
All right, Charlie.
With Cam Watu out, just what have you seen from the other tight ends, especially a guy like Robbie Utes, who's going into his second year?
Yeah, Robbie's taking a huge jump. Robbie looks really comfortable. He knows everything that's going on. He's doing a really good job of picking stuff up. Again, he's a lot more comfortable in the offense. Knows where to be. He's doing stuff the right way. So me taking a lot more reps with Robbie than I did last year, but just being able to build that chemistry has been really cool. Miles come in. He's done a great job as well. Again, coming in, didn't have as much time as everyone else did, but he came in, obviously been around college for a little bit longer, came in with the right mindset. He's picking stuff up extremely quickly. You would have thought he'd been here for a lot longer than he has. And in the past game, he's doing a lot of good things. And the young guys, they're picking up on things really quickly. I think that's a really good room. We have a really good coaching staff in the tight end room. But those young guys, you can see them after every practice, whether was 7-on-7 off season to now our camp. It feels like every practice they take another step. They get a little bit more comfortable. They correct what happened in the last practice. So I'm excited to watch the tight end group develop.
How much progress have you seen from Jalen and Ty? And then also with you having your role locked up as a starter. How much are you able to help them more now this offseason than last season?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of progress from both of them. J-Mill's taken, a huge jump. You could tell how much more comfortable he is back there. In the meeting room, he's confident. He knows what's going on. He knows where to go knows where to slide protections, knows what the defense is doing. He's done a great job. And, obviously he's had a little bit more time in the offense, but it's always encouraging to see another quarterback take that jump. He's commanding the offense on his field, and I'm super confident in him, super excited for him, and Ty as well has done a great job. Obviously, it's a little newer. Things are moving probably a little faster, but you wouldn't be able to tell by how he handles it. He's doing a really good job in protection as well, which is definitely not easy against our defense. You see a lot of exotic looks, a lot of tough stuff during camp. You see everything. So for him to be able to be doing a good job of picking that stuff up again, learning a lot in the meeting room. He asks a ton of questions. He's always asking me. He's always asking OB. So I'm excited for both of those guys. And me individually, both of those guys I'm close with. So I try to do everything I can to impart what I've learned, whether it be from OB, from the rest of the QB room, from experience, and just try to talk to those guys and give them as much game as I can. And they've been super receptive, and just the relationship we have. I love our quarterback room, the staff, the players, everything. So I'm super excited.
Bryce, I want to ask you about Jermaine Burton. I know y'all had to prep for him last year in the national championship game. Is there something that you see in his game that maybe you guys saw on film and has really kind of exploded, and you're really noticing it now since you see him every day at practice?
Yeah, I didn't get to do the in-depth film break. I was just watching the defense when we played Georgia. But you do kind of inadvertently know all the players, I feel like, in the SEC just from watching film. Everyone has mutual opponents. I wasn't necessarily studying anyone, but you watch everyone on film since we're all playing the same people. And on film, obviously how explosive he was what really popped in. He also was someone that I knew before. He spent some time in California, went there his last 2 years, I'm pretty sure, in high school. So I knew him from high school. So I kind of knew that going in. But it makes a lot of sense when you're around him. He's someone who comes to work every day with a great attitude. Before every walkthrough, he's coming up to me like, let's get it. Let's have a great practice. Let's get better. He wants to compete with the corners. He's talking to them. And also, he's willing to work. Again, whether it's in the meeting room, just knowing how to run things, knowing what we're expecting, what I like, what he likes, and then on the field, he's always giving everything, finishing routes, finishing plays. He's super competitive. He's willing to go run any route, play any role, not selfish at all. So that stuff definitely popped on film, but now that you get to see him in practice, you get to be around him, it makes a lot of sense why he was able to have the success he has, and I'm super excited to keep watching him.
We talked yesterday to Ja'Cory about his catch in the Auburn game at the end, and how excited he was. Not very, it didn't seem. How about you?
Yeah, it was a great moment. Obviously, it was a huge play. I was super, I'm excited, but admittedly, in the moment, it wasn't something I got to enjoy for that long. It tied the game up, so at the time, there's a lot more that we had to do. So I guess it's probably a little more fun being able to look back on it, knowing that things turned out well in that individual game. But it's just a great example of Ja'Cory and who he is. It wasn't an expected. He wasn't an expected scenario that game. J-Mo went down. He wasn't sure what role he was going to play. We didn't know going into the week, but he was always ready. He was always working. He stayed ready. His number got called, and something that one of the biggest moments of our season last year. His number got called. He stepped up. He was ready and made a huge play, and it made a lot of sense seeing how he worked and seeing how he still works. Someone who works extremely hard, does all the right things. So I think it really sums him up well as a player.
Two more, Charlie, and then we'll finish up with Nate.
Yesterday, Will said there's no negativity in the locker room, no knuckleheads on this team. Just as a returning leader, how do you see the team buying in, and how are they receptive, the younger guys, receptive to you guys' leadership?
Yeah, we have a great group of younger guys who came in with a really good attitude, good head on their shoulders, and guys that came in willing to work. And as a leadership group, as a team, we really do appreciate that. That really does affect us in the locker room. And I agree. I have faith in everyone in our locker room. Guys that understand it, that get the standard, that are bought in, that want to do what's best for the team, and want to do things the right way. And that means a lot. that's something that for us we pride ourselves in. We know the benefits of it. So just knowing that we have a locker room full of guys that are going to do the right thing, that we don't have to look over their shoulders. They're guys that want to work, want to get better, want to be coached, all that. It means a lot for us. So obviously we have to keep going. There's still a lot of stuff we have to improve on it. Now it's on us to do the work and to get better, be receptive to coaching, and keep pushing ourselves. But I wouldn't want to be doing that with another group of guys and the guys we have this year.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, how does he allow you guys to be multiple and just run different things, and just as far as his skill set goes?
Yeah, he's extremely explosive. In the run game, amazing vision, makes great cuts, sees the game, knows where to go with the ball. And then the pass game, really good route runner, really explosive. And when you get the ball in his hands out the backfield, a lot of really good things could happen. So watching how Ja, he picked it up so quickly. He knows where everything is. He knows where to go. And, now he's a lot more comfortable. He's able to do a lot more things that, obviously are him. And all that stuff comes out in practice. And I'm excited for it to show when, we're playing. But he works really hard, really good kid. He knows everything that's going on. So he gives us a lot of options. He definitely makes my job a lot easier. So I'm super excited.
Thanks, Bryce.
Thank you, guys.